Hey guys, welcome back to Just a Geek in the Garage. Today I want to go over this 2025 Advent Calendar from Wera Tools and just kind of show you what comes in it, if it's a good deal or not, you know, all those kind of things. I had a commenter on one of my Wera videos from a few days ago mention the 2024 version of this one, that it was a good deal. So I went back and did a little bit more research on a few of them. I initially saw this guy on House of Tools, but I actually was able to find it on Amazon for a little bit cheaper. And then I also ended up picking up the 24 and 23 versions as well. Those are on the way. But right now I have this 25 version. I didn't buy this as an advent calendar so that I can actually use it as an advent calendar and, open it one by one. I just bought it because I thought it was a pretty good deal for the tools that come inside. And when you guys take a look, hopefully you guys feel the same way. And I'll leave a link down in the description if you guys want to, pick this up from Amazon as well. So I'm going to kind of show you here. So one thing that disappointed me, and if this is a gift especially, is, Amazon used this actual box as the shipping box. So you can see right here, that's where the label was. So it kind of, destroyed the outside of the box. I personally don't care. This is just for me. And again, I just wanted the tools that are inside of it. So, and then, when you open this thing up right here, this is basically what you're going to see. You're going to see the actual advent calendar portion, where you can go through, and obviously it has numbers 1 through 24, and you'd open one up a day. I'm sure you guys know how advent calendars work. And then back here on the back of the regular box, it kind of shows you what comes inside of this, and this is the reason why I bought it. Honestly, I wish they would have stuck with the green for this, but I understand obviously they're kind of special edition for the holidays. But as far as what you get, you're getting Phillips, posi drive, Torx, and slotted, so in a nice kind of a combination of screwdrivers. You got these little guys that kind of pop onto the front and retain the screw when you're putting it in so it doesn't fall off. T-handle with a few shanks, a little bottle opener, insulated screwdrivers, precision screwdrivers, and a couple of stubbies. So for 89 bucks, I thought this thing was a pretty good deal compared to what these things would cost separately. And then just if you guys want to take a quick look, this shows you the advent calendars of years past. So these are the two that I have on the way. Hopefully should have them in a week or two. Unfortunately, they weren't like, overnight shipping or second day like Amazon usually is. And then these kind of show you all the previous advent calendars going all the way back to 2010. I might try to pick some of these up if I can find them for decent deals, because at least the three that I got, I thought they were a pretty good deal for what comes inside. And I've been on a Wera kick lately, if you guys have seen my channel. So again, this is what basically it looks like on the inside, and if you really wanted to, you can kind of go through. Initially, I started with kind of taking these things apart, as you can kind of see a little bit, but then I realized, what am I doing? I can just open this whole thing up. And if you guys, for some reason, are buying this for yourself and want to use it as an advent calendar and don't want to see the positioning of things, you might want to skip maybe 30 seconds or a minute from here. But if you don't care, then let's continue on. So again, I bought these for the tool, so we're going to skip this part of it right here. The back of this, again, just kind of shows you some disclaimers, and then just the same pictures of the other advent calendars. But once again, before I get to it here, just kind of show you where it is right there. And then this is what's basically inside. So I don't know the exact numbers of each individual thing, but here we go. You can kind of see how everything is kind of packaged in there nicely. You got some precision screwdrivers, the insulated and regular screwdrivers, a bunch of long bits here for the T-handle, the stubbies, the two stands over here, and then more screwdrivers over here, and the bottle opener, and then that one retaining piece that I talked about. So this is basically what you're getting inside of that kit. And again, I thought it was a pretty good deal. So basically it's 24 pieces, but the, this right here, basically it's just one, a bunch of little bits for this guy. So I'm not sure if you want to consider that an individual piece or part of a set. But again, I thought it was a pretty good deal. So I'm going to pause right here for a second, and then I'm going to kind of set all this stuff up on the workbench and just talk a little bit about the actual tools themselves. All right, guys, so we're back here. So I have all of the tools set up, and or not set up, but out of the packaging, just so we can kind of take a look at them here real quick. So for about 89 bucks, I think this was a pretty solid deal. Just to kind of put it into perspective, I'm going to kind of move this up just a little bit so you guys can see. So I did a video on these guys, I think it was yesterday, no, it was a couple days ago, where I got these, and it was like a 6-piece set. This was about, I think like they were each about $35 for each 6-piece set, and it came with this little rack that you can hang up, and then also this precision screwdriver here that's hiding back there was also around the same price. So that was, you know, around $100 for all of that stuff right there. This stuff right here comes with a little bit more of a variety, I guess. Let me kind of just angle this down just a bit so you guys can see. And so yeah, so you're gonna get, so, and with the ones I just showed you, everything is basically either Phillips or slotted, where these ones come with more of a variety, like I said. So you get, let's kind of go through these guys right here. And then, so you got, this is just a Phillips number 1, I believe. Yeah, this is just a Phillips number 1. And I don't know how he's going there. I'm trying to kind of just set them in as I look at them. So we got Phillips number 1. We got Posi Drive number 2. We got a Phillips number 2. So we'll put that next to the Phillips number 1. And then I'm assuming this is a Posi Drive number 1. There we go. So we got that little set right there. And then it comes with 3 Torx, and let's see which Torx they give us. They give us a 15, a 20, and a 25. So pretty useful. I find myself using a Torx 10 a decent amount as well, but for what you're getting, I think this is a pretty good deal so far. And then you get a kind of big slotted one. The one interesting thing though is on this particular slotted screwdriver, I'm not sure why this is different than the one on their normal set. Usually this one has that laser tip on there to kind of help get it a little bit of a grip on there, where this one is just, looks like it's just either sanded or maybe powder coated, painted. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely does not have that particular texture. But there you go. So you have that right there. And then we have the 3 precision screwdrivers here. So we have, are these all slotted? We got 2 slotted, and then 1, I believe this is a Phillips 0. Yeah, so you got a Phillips 0 as well. So that's pretty nice. You have a Phillips 0, 1, and 2, Posi Drive 1 and 2, and some Torx and slotted. This guy obviously is just kind of more of a novelty than anything else. Get a little bottle opener, so that's definitely kind of nice to have. I wonder where this guy fits. Let's see if we can, actually, I'm not sure. Let's assume it goes right there. Got a couple of stubbies, a slotted, and let's see if this is a Phillips or a Posi Drive. I'm assuming it's Phillips. Yeah, Phillips number 2 right there. Let's say these guys fit here maybe. I could be wrong. You know, if you guys know how these are supposed to go, you guys can let me know. And then we have the insulated ones, and both are slotted, which honestly I would have preferred if they would have maybe done, you know, at least a Phillips number 1, if not a Phillips number 2. But, you know, it's, again, nice to have just in case. So let's put these back here as well, if they fit. I don't think they're designed for back there, but that's okay. Well, actually, you know what? I think those holes are going to be for these guys. And what these are for, if you guys don't know, basically, you can fit your screwdriver through here like this. Right there. And then, let's see if I can find a screw or a bolt. Of course, I don't have one here around me, but I'll give you kind of an example. Here's just here's a bolt. Sorry guys, I should have been more prepared. But, oh, and I broke it, of course. You know what? That's a good test. I wonder if I can contact Wera and tell them I broke that just trying it out. But we'll try that out in, you know, a bit here. Let's go with this guy. Let's be a little bit more gentle. And basically what this does, there we go. So it kind of retains the screw that you're putting in. And that way, when you just release it, it's still going to stay in there. So it's not magnetic. So in case you're using something that's not magnetic, you can use that as well. So bit of a bummer I broke that. But again, that's my fault 100%. I'm not going to blame Wera for that. And then, let's see. And then there is another, oh, we already used this Phillips number 2. And then last up is this little T-handle. Looks pretty interesting. It almost looks like if, you know, Batman had a T-handle, he would use something like that. So seems like a pretty solid one. It looks like we get, what is this here? I'm guessing a hex 6mm. And then this is a You know what? A hex 5mm. Sorry about that, guys. I should have known this before I put this on here. And then I'm guessing this is a hex 4mm. So that's my guess, although these look a little bit different than a typical hex that I'm used to. Maybe they just bite in a little bit better, or if these are a different fastener that I'm familiar. All right, sorry about that, guys. It's actually their hex plus is what they are. So to me, is kind of reminiscent of the grip edge type stuff, where the hex looks almost a bit like a Torx, just so it can get a little bit of a bite in there. So, you know, pretty interesting that these are included. So again, 4, 5, and 6 hex plus, along with this guy right here. So you have a nice little bit driver that is magnetic as well. So again, only bummer is my fault, broke this guy, but I'll see if I can get, honestly, it looks like it's just this plastic piece right here is removable, and I can probably just buy a new one. Hopefully I can find it in red to match the rest of the set. But I will contact them, and maybe, like I said, this is kind of a good exercise to see what their warranty kind of looks like on things like this, or if this is just kind of considered disposable. Honestly, a piece like this I probably wouldn't even ever use, to be honest with you. But you know, it's kind of a bummer that for a set like this, one piece is not working right now. But anyways, 89 bucks. I think it's totally worth it, because again, you're getting, you know, 8 full-size screwdrivers, you're getting 2 stubbies, you're getting 2 insulated screwdrivers. Let me move this up a little bit. So again, 8 full-size. You got the bottle opener, the 2 stubbies, the 2 insulated, the 3 precision, the T-handle, the 3 Torx plus bits, and 2 of these guys right here. So tell me, what do you guys think? Is this something that you would buy? Or would you just buy it, you know, normally, just as, you know, they're kind of their regular sets that you can get? Or do you think that the Advent calendar is a good deal? I'm really looking forward to getting the other 2, especially the 2024, the one from last year. Oops, looks like it has some pretty good stuff in there, and I'm excited for that. So I'll kind of do a similar video to this one when I get those, and then we can kind of compare and contrast on which ones are the best deals and which ones maybe I would skip. But that's all I got for you guys right now. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.